Welcome back to another episode of Watching the Game. I'm your host, Odeh, joined today, as always, by Idrees Muhammad Qadaimi. Yasser is back for today, and Yunis is also here. So, what's up, guys? Let's get right into it.
Alright. So, first week of college hoops, quite entertaining. A lot of games to talk about. Let's first talk about how Virginia sucks. And it's bad.
I agree. Man, San Francisco does.
They lost to freaking San Francisco University.
Hey, don't disrespect San Francisco University, bro. Dons are nice.
Sure, but you can't lose to them.
Yeah, but Virginia's bad, bro.
Virginia's bad. They almost lost to Kent State as well.
Just pack up the whole program.
And then they have to play Michigan State next week, too. And later on, they've got to play Villanova.
So that's why you can't lose the easy games. You gotta win the games that you're supposed to win to take the pressure off those tougher games. And they didn't do that. They lost to San Francisco. That messes up their entire season almost. Well, actually, it's not like college basketball. I mean, it's not like college football where you get one loss and then you're out of it. But still, that loss definitely. It's like
usually they're like a 1-2 seed. I think this year they're more like a 3-4,
5-4 seed this year.
No, they just don't strike me as that good team. I mean, yesterday I get the alert. It's like Kent State forces overtime against Virginia. I'm like, what? How are you letting Kent State force overtime on you? That's just
they're bad. It's weird.
All right, another interesting team, Villanova. So they beat Arizona State, who's also ranked in the top 25, but then they lost to Virginia Tech.
This first week was a lot of oddities.
It's definitely going to be an interesting season.
They also barely beat Boston College.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's going to be a lot of oddities. There'll be a team that blows out a team by 20 and then goes and plays another team and gets blown out by 20, and then those two teams play each other. And the team that lost by 20 wins by 10. It's going to be weird. Does that make sense?
No, I mean,
it's just going to be
kind of
for at least the first week or two.
Kind of the same thing happened last year too, where you had a rotating door of number one teams.
Yeah.
Also, upcoming for Villanova, they do play number 17 Texas, and actually they're supposed to play them tomorrow.
Speaking of Texas, they've looked really nice.
They beat number 14 North Carolina to win the Maui. So that Villanova Texas game should be pretty good.
They've looked solid too, though.
Yeah.
Other than the North Carolina game.
Yeah, in the Maui, both Texas and North Carolina looked pretty good. So even though North Carolina lost, you at least are okay, some more faith in them this year, because last year they were terrible.
We'll see. We'll see how good Texas really is. I guess against Villanova as well, but they also kick off their Big 12 schedule with number 2 Baylor.
Oof.
was their first game.
The other
Yeah, the
teams
big
in the
three.
Maui, Indiana, and Stanford, those teams, they got a top prospect, but right now they need to help their top prospects out more, you know. Zaire Williams and what's his face for Indiana?
Kristen Lander.
Yeah, they're both really good, but they just need more surrounding them. However, I think did Indiana beat Stanford or did Stanford beat Indiana?
IU beat them.
Yeah, that was the third place game. So yeah, but these tournaments are pretty much living up to the hype, and I like that. Then you had the Champions Classic. So Kansas lost last week to Gonzaga. They were kind of overmatched. Seems like this may be Gonzaga's best offensive team in a while. But they were able to beat Kentucky, who right now is ranked 20th.
There's a really, really underrated guy on Kansas, Jalen Wilson. Dropped 22 in the second half.
Yeah, he was on fire. Meanwhile, Kentucky, I mean, BJ Boston, he's not playing so well right now. He needs to play better.
Yeah.
Isaiah Jackson is playing good though. He's showing that he's a presence defensively. He had 8 blocks that game. Isaiah Jackson. 8 blocks, 12 rebounds.
Holy crap.
That's a beast.
They have Obi Toppin's younger brother. Putting he had 6 points off the bench for Kentucky. Did you guys see that?
Yeah,
Yes.
easy dubs. I wonder why he didn't go to Dayton. Interesting.
Because he wanted to play for Coach Cal, his coach of all time.
I don't know about that one, but
You know, you guys know Marcus Garrett was sick, and he still played, even though he was sick. He tested negative, but he still played.
yeah, I mean, I could tell he wasn't playing well.
They said he wasn't feeling well, yeah.
One guy on Kentucky, true freshman, 5-star starter, Terrence Clark. He needs to play better. And this guy, NBA is written all over him. He played 35 minutes, went 3 for 11 from the floor. He needs to play much better.
See, Kentucky also got upset by Richmond like the day before.
Kentucky's in a tough spot. 1 and 2. Team's not playing that well. I trust Coach Cal to fix this though.
I mean, looking at their upcoming schedule right now, they have a pretty favorable non-conference schedule left.
Oh, that would work out for them.
The next time they play a ranked team is January 30th right now on their schedule.
Oh no. They just gotta just win out until then. Win the layup games. And low-key, college basketball is almost like the hardest sport to like win the layup games.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Let's see. Crayon, ranked number 9. They're undefeated so far. They've been playing really well. Marcus Zagorowski, real beast out there. What else? The other Champions Classic game.
Yeah.
So Michigan
Duke.
State beat Duke 75-69. The only undefeated Big Ten teams right now are Michigan State and Michigan. So there's that.
Iowa lost.
No, wait, Iowa too.
Iowa's undefeated.
Iowa's been looking pretty good. Luka Garza.
But actually, though, has Northwestern played a game?
They played one game.
Played one.
So they won that. I guess. Okay, maybe there's more than I thought, but like only those two have actually played a bunch of games, I guess.
Yeah.
I didn't think Michigan State was gonna start off this well, but so far they could be 5-1 to beat Virginia this week.
One guy who's really stepped up. He's playing pretty well. Rocket Watts. Last year I can't remember if he started or if he came off the bench last year, but last year he didn't do much. But this year he's really stepped up.
Dropped 20 on Duke's head.
As well as Aaron Henry. Aaron Henry was not ball dominant with Cassius Winston, but now he looks like he's taken over the point guard position. Aaron Henry.
That's good to see. Duke, I mean, I gotta be thinking that Duke's gotta be playing better. They have to play Illinois this week.
Yeah.
That's not gonna be easy for them. I would even venture to say Illinois is favored.
It'll be a fun game.
Wendell Moore and Jalen Johnson both didn't play that well. But Matthew Hurt has been playing pretty well, though. He scored 21.
They started that game, they were up like 10, and I thought, okay, they got this in the bag, but they ended up choking that lead pretty quickly. Bad. So I'm not sure how much faith I should put into Duke right now, but obviously it's still early in the season, you know.
Yeah. This is a long season, so.
I will say the Jimmy V Classic kind of yielded us who we know the top two teams are right now. Baylor beat Illinois and Gonzaga beat West Virginia.
I still think West Virginia could do some damage in the tournament, though.
After I watched them, honestly, I think they have like a little bit of a shot of being as good as Kansas, maybe in the Big 12. I mean,
it's not like they got blown out. I mean, they played them close, only lost by 5.
I know Jalen Suggs went out for like half that time, but still.
True. He's okay though, right? Because I heard people. It looked like an Achilles.
For Gonzaga, Joel Ayayi. He's been playing very, very well for them. Honestly, their whole team has been playing well. Corey Kispert, Jalen Suggs.
Who's their
What's his face? The Timmy dude too.
Yeah, Timmy. They're always gonna have a good big.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Who's big with a funny name? Yeah.
Yeah, who's their foreign big man this year?
Drew Timmy. He's actually from Texas, not foreign.
Oh, good.
Might as well. Texas might as well be foreign.
Texas
is its own state.
I remember Ayayi from last year. He was decent for them.
But Illinois, you know, I'm sure they'll be up there in the top 5 by the end of the season, but they probably needed this game, you know, just to be like, this is what we need to improve on to beat the top teams.
Especially I feel like Illinois is more unexperienced.
Considering, honestly, they were kind of struggling overall because of Baylor's defense. The fact that they didn't lose by too much, I found that as a good sign.
They were only down by 1 at halftime. Then.
It was close. Baylor went on a big run, like a 10-0 run or something, and that basically was the difference.
Yeah.
This is what Illinois needs to do. They need to bench Kofi Cockburn for Georgie Bichonville.
No, that's not how it works. No.
He said no, that's not how it works.
He's not nearly a good enough defender or rebounder. He got wrecked on the boards.
Who needs rebounding anyway?
Just need to not get him into foul trouble. Another upset. Missouri beat Oregon. That was surprising.
But Eugene Omoruyi had 31 points, 11 rebounds. It's crazy. For Oregon, he still lost.
For Oregon, still lost. What happened? Oh, let's talk about what happened yesterday. There were some nice games that happened yesterday, right?
Michigan State almost lost to Detroit.
How do you even have a close game against Detroit Mercy? That's
all I want
embarrassing.
to say, I think Virginia Tech, underrated team. Watch out for them later on in the season.
Also an underrated team, Ohio State. 3-0 right now, number 23 in the country.
Okay, but
playing pretty well.
Marquette
upset Wisconsin yesterday.
Yeah.
Marquette beating Wisconsin.
Did you see that tip? Insane. That tip was so funny.
The way they did it, bro. Like Wisconsin comes down, hits what they thought was going to be the game winner. Dude goes to the line, and they tip it. That's crazy.
I appreciate that. Wisconsin could have had like 3 teams in the top 5 for the Big Ten, but not quite.
I really don't think Wisconsin is. They should not be ranked this high.
Yeah, they're 3-2.
What was their other loss to?
No, they're 3-1.
3-1.
But they played Louisville in the Big Ten ACC challenge. I could see Louisville win that, even though Louisville's not ranked right now. Like that could be an upset I could see happening.
What is the Big Ten ACC challenge? So that's always fun.
Tuesday and Wednesday.
Yeah.
Those are always fire.
Texas Tech is ranked 17, and they've only lost to Houston.
What did they lose to? Texas Tech.
Houston, who's also ranked top 15.
Yeah. That's right.
My boys at Penn State got a game winner. Game winner on Thursday, and then
somehow
ran out of luck on Friday.
Nothing today. No good games today.
Boo. There should have been something today, but now we have to wait.
Yeah.
Oh, we have to wait until Sunday.
When are they gonna replay it?
No, I don't even. I think they're gonna have to push it back to like Christmas week.
That's fine.
That's like when both teams are off. It's kind of bogus, you know.
I think by that time, bro, the Big Ten is already gonna start their Big Ten play. Their conference schedule on Christmas.
I mean, it is what it is. They want to play the game. Though.
Yeah.
Like, they'll find a way.
That's the importance of them like not being like if they're wearing masks around each other and like not being all up close with each other, because then you can like isolate people who tested positive, isolate people who are close with them, and the rest of the people should be good to go.
It wasn't both teams. It was just Gonzaga, right?
Yeah, I think it was just Gonzaga.
They're scared. They did it on purpose. They're scared. They're scared.
They wanted to keep that number 1 spot, but they don't want smoke.
That's facts.
Illinois was supposed to play today. They got canceled. Ohio State was supposed to play today, and they got canceled as well. 3 of the 5 games that were scheduled for today got canceled or postponed.
It is what it is, you know. But we will revisit this after the ACC Big Ten Challenge.
Yes,
All right, moving on to one big move in the NBA.
Oh, the NBA. Yeah. We gotta talk about that.
The John Wall, Russell Westbrook trade that actually ended up happening. Surprisingly, maybe. So it's a protected first-round pick in John Wall to the Rockets for Russell Westbrook.
I have no idea who like this. This was a lateral trade. Like no, I don't know if any team.
This is like a trade where like if they were just like you want to do something, yeah.
Let's spice things up in the NBA.
The Wizards. I feel like the Wizards probably felt John Wall is not going to be. It's not going to be normal. Just normal.
Yeah,
He's definitely not going to be the same John Wall as he was.
Like on a serious note, Russell Westbrook, even with John Wall healthy, Russell Westbrook is better, and especially with John Wall not healthy, Russell Westbrook is an improvement. So in that regard, the Wizards won the trade, and their first-round pick is protected anyway. So honestly, I don't see anything wrong with what the Wizards are doing, even if, like, honestly, they're very similar players, Westbrook and John Wall.
Yeah, they are. I mean, if you look at the Rockets' potential starting lineup, you have Wall, Harden, Gordon, Tucker, and Boogie. I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
Christian Wood off the bench, probably.
I just don't know.
Who would they bring off the bench? Tucker or Christian Wood? That would be the.
This team just doesn't appeal to me anymore. At least, like, with Westbrook, I was like, okay, I could see this team, a borderline playoff team. Now I'm saying 10, 11 seed. I mean, they're relying on two guys who have torn their Achilles recently. I mean, Harden definitely wants out of there.
And they might as well try something. They could be potentially on your last year of Harden, so like, why not just go all out, try and do something, bro. But I feel like if they try to trade it to the Knicks, they could have got more in terms of like future assets.
Maybe, but I think the Knicks decided they weren't gonna bite.
Yeah, I feel like that's what the Rockets are missing. I really like a good first round pick.
Yeah, they have like no young assets.
It's probably just the start of an eventual rebuild. Eventually Harden's gonna get traded or something. Maybe not during the season, but next off season. I could see that happening.
Traded to the Bulls for Zach LaVine.
Do it, you cowards. From the Wizards' standpoint, they might be a playoff team.
I think they might be a playoff team. I kind of like the idea of Westbrook and Bradley Beal.
The East after the top 5 this year is really, really weird. I mean, okay, top 5 in some order. People would say Milwaukee, Philly, Boston, Miami, and Milwaukee, Philly, and Brooklyn.
Raptors.
Yeah, Brooklyn.
I don't know about the Raptors because they lost Ibaka, they lost Gasol. They're not going to be as good this year. So then you have fighting for the last few seeds. You have Toronto, Indiana, Washington, Atlanta, Chicago, maybe.
I put the Bulls in there. I think the Bulls can make the playoffs.
The Hornets.
And the Hornets, yeah. The only teams I wouldn't be... I'm not even high on the Magic, to be honest. But the only teams I would say... I mean, I don't know. I just think it's a lot of teams going for that last spot just to lose easily in the first round.
Let me say. The only two teams that are not competing for a playoff spot in the Eastern Conference are the Cavaliers and the Knicks. There, you happy?
Don't disrespect Tibbs. Tibbs could take them all the way.
Bro, if the Knicks have a chance of making the playoffs, the Cavaliers have a chance at winning the NBA.
When your backcourt is sex land, they're terrible, okay? The Cavaliers are irrelevant, alright? They're more irrelevant right now. They're so irrelevant that LeBron James sent JaVale McGee there, and nobody knows that JaVale McGee is on the Cavaliers right now.
I know that JaVale McGee is on the Cavs.
You're like the only person.
The exception, Odeh.
Bro, he's bringing championship pedigree, bro. Do you guys have a 3-time champ on your team?
LeBron sent him there and he was like, hey, I'll put in a good word for you. To do nothing.
He's gonna average 30 and 20 and win MVP. Watch.
What is the Wizards' projected starting lineup? Westbrook, Beal, Bertans?
Hey, don't forget Denny.
Denny, Hachimura, and then Thomas Bryant.
No. One of Hachimura or Denny Avdija starting.
Well, I thought they'd put... No, they'd start... Would they not start Advishva at small forward?
Bertans.
Oh. Bertans is power forward.
Well, yeah, that big old small forward, he's 6'10". You can't play small forward.
Bro, he moves around so fluidly, though.
I know.
He's a shooter.
He is a shooter. I remember when they played against the Warriors. Remember the one game? He put in like 7 threes.
Don't forget about my boy Mo Wagner off the bench.
Yes, please. If we could keep the Michigan talk out for a couple of seconds. Man always has to bring in Michigan.
Their team is
I'm gonna go to the depth chart right now. Per ESPN, Russell Westbrook, Bradley Beal, Bertans, Hachimura, Thomas Bryant. And then their second group will be Ish Smith, Jerome Robinson, Troy Brown Jr., Danny Avdija, and Robin Lopez.
Oh my god, that team is good.
Oh my god.
They have
great Robin Lopez,
so they'll be fine.
Oh my god, this team might make the playoffs. It's as whack as it gets.
Bro, they have Cassius Winston.
Right,
He's gonna throw over Russell Westbrook.
Cassius Winston's a dog, bro. He's gonna roll his team to victory. You know,
Go
should fire
Cassius
him.
Winston. Cassius Winston's amazing. Basically, I just think this move is weird. Maybe the Wizards have slightly bettered their playoff chances, and the Rockets have slightly worsened them. But this is not going to help either of these teams long term.
Yeah, well, for long term, no, it won't. But short term, watch out for the Wizards. They're coming.
Watch out is very. I wouldn't say watch out. I don't think Brooklyn is sweating right now.
Bro, they're like
the Bulls are sweating,
pooping their pants right now.
Oh, definitely.
The entire NBA is sweating because of Arturas Karnisovas, and that's a fact.
And when did the Bulls and Cavaliers play each other?
Great question.
I looked at the schedule, but I don't remember exactly.
I'm gonna drive you guys into the ground. It's not even gonna be fun.
That's funny.
Let's see.
Yeah, bro, talk to me when Kobe White drops 30 on Colin Sexton.
Bro, Kobe White can't guard Colin Sexton. It's just a known fact.
Ain't nobody can guard nobody, okay?
Where the hell is this? Hello? I'm looking at the schedule.
We got a bigger team than them. Alright, moving on to more relevant topics than the Cavaliers.
I don't think so far in the season they have to play each other.
They got half the schedule.
Yeah. I'm looking at ESPN right now, and it's not here. Sad. No, anyway, moving on to more relevant topics, like Idrees said. Talk about the NFL.
Yes. So, about the NFL. Playoff picture. What are we looking at right now? Who do we have faith in? Who do we not have faith in?
We definitely have faith in the Browns.
Yes. Baker Mayfield. Trust him.
He's bad. No, the Browns are gonna make the playoffs, and they're gonna get.
The run game is gonna carry them.
No, they're gonna get cooked in the wild card game.
I don't know, man. I mean,
depends who they play.
They're currently at the 6th seed, so they'll probably play Buffalo.
Well, obviously, it's not final, but it's looking very interesting. I would
Falling down, Colts. What is this? Why is it so confusing?
First, I want to say I still think the Ravens are going to make the playoffs.
They will. They have a pretty favorable schedule.
And everyone will come back healthy.
Yeah, listen, I'm gonna be honest. As much as I love the Raiders, they're not good.
I don't believe in the Raiders at all. I literally think they get hyped up like this They get hyped up like this. Last year they got hyped up like this. They had a great start. They fell apart down the stretch. They even lost to the Jets last year.
Only got hyped up because they were on Hard
Even
Knocks.
if they beat the Jets this time, I don't see them finishing above 8-8.
Well, we play the Jets next week, so we'll put them at 7-5, and then everyone will be like, "Yeah, let's go!" Woo!
One team though that has been rising are the Dolphins, sitting at 7-4 right now, but they still have to play the Bills and the Chiefs.
I like
on
the
their
Dolphins.
Schedule.
Even Bills and Chiefs, even if they lost both of those, I could still see them make the playoffs. But I don't have them going far because right now their offense is still a work in progress.
They're only a game behind. What if they make the playoffs? I mean, what if they win the division?
They play each other the last week of the season. I think this is going to be the Sunday night game of the last week of the season. Because I think it'll be for the division.
Tua versus Josh Allen.
It'll be like 11-4 Buffalo against 10-5 Miami or something like that for the division.
What is this? Giants are first in the NFC East?
Yes, that is correct. And they're Daniel Jones list this Sunday.
That means more from our boy Wayne Gallman.
It means Colt McCoy is going to get rocked by Seattle. And they're going to be 4-8. But they might stay in first because Washington plays the Steelers. But
their pass defense is amazing.
Here's what I think.
This is the game.
I think Washington will shock the Steelers. I think this is going to be the game where the Steelers come
This is
out
the game
flat.
where the football team claims the number 1 seed in the NFC.
It's lining up. It's lining up. Washington has a scary, they have like a scary good defense in terms of like, they don't, like, it's not there in terms of like when you like look at it, but their defense is actually really good. And then the Steelers are known for playing down to their competition. Like they don't play at the same level
my boy
every single
Trace
week.
McSorley came he threw in a scare in them with that deep touchdown to Marquise Brown. I was so hyped. I was like, oh my god, if they even give the ball back to Trace McSorley once, it's over.
That's what I'm saying. So, bro, I think this is the game, bro. Low key, lock it in.
I mean, if the Steelers lock down McLaurin and Gibson, think the Steelers will have a chance?
I mean, obviously the Steelers have a chance. They're 11-0. What I'm saying, I think this is a trap game. This is a classic Steelers trap game in which they play down to their competition and lose.
Chase Young is going to feast this game. 3 sacks, 1 fumble.
All right, who do we think ends up with the first seed in the AFC? Steelers or Chiefs?
Chiefs.
Steelers will lose a game somehow.
I think both of them end up like 14-2, and by virtue of tiebreaker, the Chiefs would make it.
Who do you think the Chiefs are going to lose to? Look at their playoff. Look at their schedule.
It's not that I think the Saints are better than the Chiefs. I just think that's a game where, we'll win this. We're both great teams. We'll win this, but the Chiefs are still better.
Do you think Breeze will be back by then or no?
I think he will be back.
Bro, Chiefs are going to lose to the Dolphins. Watch.
And then the Saints will lose to the Vikings so that they don't get the first seed. The Seahawks get the first seed.
It's just a classic.
Rivalry. Bro, you know the Vikings could end up being the 6th seed after. Or no, they can't. Wait. No, yeah, they can't.
It's also worth pointing out the seventh seed in the NFC is really weird right now.
Yeah, because Arizona surprisingly 6-5.
So Arizona and Chicago obviously both started great. Everything was going great. The Bears were 5-1. The Cardinals were 5-2, and now they're 6-5 and 5-6.
Except people are still high on the Cardinals, and they have shoved us down into the basement.
Yeah, the Bears have been ranked like 28th in power rank this week.
I mean, the Cardinals still have Kyler Murray.
But it's okay. Yeah, we shoved ourselves in the basement. So.
And the Vikings and 49ers, they started terribly, but right now they might somehow get into the playoffs.
The Cardinals still have the Rams twice, and they still have to play the 49ers.
The Cardinals will be
I think the Cardinals will split with the Rams.
Bears are making the playoffs.
Well, imagine 3 or even 4 NFC West teams making the playoffs.
It's possible, but not really, because the Buccaneers are playing really well.
I would say in terms of this week, I would say the Cardinals win at home against the Rams. So they would both be 7-5. And then the Bears and the Vikings. I would say the Bears and the Vikings win. They would both be 6-6. And then the 49ers lose, drop them to 5-7. Because they play the Bills.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but then the Bears play a scorching hot Deshaun Watson.
All right, we'll do that later, but we're talking about right now this week. That's how I think.
Yeah, why can't we play the Lions every week, bro? Mitch Trubisky gets in his bag against the Lions.
I think the top seed ends up going to Seattle. They've got an easy schedule the rest of the way. They could easily end up 13-3. Saints would be number 2. Green Bay would be number 3.
Is it crazy for me to say that I don't think there's a real true number 1 in the conference?
Yeah, I mean, I would put Seattle and the Saints like tied, and then Green Bay a little below them, and then a little below them the Rams, Rams and Buccaneers. But
Wilson picks up his slack, and the defense is slowly getting better.
All you need to know is that whoever gets the 4 seed is going to beat the 5 seed. It's literally written. Every time a below 500 team gets the 4 seed, they always beat the 5 seed.
There's no shot.
Dude, listen, literally every time. You might think there's no way the Giants or Washington beat the Rams. It literally happens every time.
Since there has to be a team that makes it out of that shithole that is known as the NFC East, I hope it's the Washington football team. God, that would be so funny.
It'll be so funny. It'll be remembered as the football team that won the NFC East.
I too am rooting for this timeline.
They upset the Rams.
One big game this weekend is Titans Browns actually.
Mm-hmm.
So
huge implications actually.
Yeah, that could be major. I mean, it's too bad because I was really hoping the Titans would continue their streak of 9-7 seasons, but right now that's not looking likely.
What's their schedule? Maybe they could.
So they play the Browns. They play
the last possible year for the 9-7.
I think the 17-game season might be later just because of like the virus. They might push it back. No, so they play the Browns, the Jaguars, the Lions, Packers, and Texans. Yeah, I don't think so.
They'd have to lose.
Maybe losses to Green Bay, Max, and Cleveland.
If they lose to the Packers, Browns, Texans, yeah, no. It's just not
they played the Jaguars close last time, so maybe.
Oh boy, Mike Glennon's gonna go off.
You guys think Deshaun Watson's gonna go off and upset the Colts?
I mean, he's playing on another level right now.
But he has like one receiver.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brandon Cooks.
That Colts that defense exposed last week.
Bro, yeah, that's the only reason he went off on Thanksgiving because he was on meds.
Bro, it wasn't even like the Colts defense got exposed. It was that the offense came on the field, went 3 and out like 5 times in the second quarter and punted, and the Titans started like at the 50-yard line every time.
Great offensive strategy.
They had like no chance.
Is there any other defense that can stop Derrick Henry besides the Bears? Like, come on.
The Bills kind of did well on him that 1 week, but besides that, no. It was only the Bears and the Bills who kind of shut him down, but even those teams still lost to them. SMH.
Amen.
Yeah, that's other defenses' plans. Like, they want to make Tennessee, they want to make Tannehill throw the ball, but even then, Tannehill's underrated.
It's actually crazy how Tannehill turned on his career. Like, he was so bad on the Dolphins.
I still think he's like just in the perfect system. Like, he's not bad, but he's just in the perfect system for him to be good.
Yeah, but he's definitely better than he was on the Dolphins.
Vrabel has done a very good job with the Titans.
This is why Arthur Smith is considered a head coaching candidate, and I wouldn't be opposed if the Bears ended up getting him.
Why is the Broncos-Chiefs game Sunday night?
Because they're stupid and they just want to watch Mahomes. Idiots. For once, I would like to watch a good Sunday. I actually wonder what game should be Sunday night.
Rams Cardinals.
Yeah, that should be, honestly. But you know how it is. Ugh, whatever. Alright. Our last topic of the day. Just a little talk about the college football playoff. To me, we have 9 teams that can make it left. And one of them will be, 10, but one of them will be eliminated today for sure.
BYU, Coastal Carolina.
Yeah. So whoever loses that is definitely out.
Is that on a Saturday night football?
It's on at 4:30. It's so weird.
Yeah.
Why?
Right now, last time I checked, it was on ESPNU.
I think it's on ESPN now, but I might be wrong. I don't know.
For the Saturday night game? The Saturday night game, they have Clemson, Virginia Tech.
Is Virginia Tech even ranked? Is Virginia Tech even good?
Virginia Tech is 4-5.
They're 4-5.
They gotta stop putting Clemson in prime time, bro. Same stuff happens every single time. Just win by 70 and it's no fun.
And they have Alabama, LSU.
Oh my god.
CBS. LSU
will win. I guarantee it.
That game last year was insane.
But do we have
every year I guarantee LSU will beat Bama this year. LSU will beat Bama this year. It only worked last year. Maybe it'll work again.
Auburn is beating Texas A&M 17-14 right now. 10 minutes left in the third.
That's not good for Texas A&M.
Thanks, Idrees. Thanks for starting.
I know,
Texas A&M lose.
Detective Genius. Yo, did you guys see?
Well,
if
Texas
Ohio
A&M
State
needs
doesn't-
help anyway. I don't
Ohio
think Texas
State.
A&M will get it.
Listen, Ohio State might not be eligible for the Big Ten championship.
No, trust
Why?
me, they'll be eligible because enough
They-
teams have their games canceled to where they'll let an undefeated 5-0 team in, even if they
Yeah.
don't play next week.
Idrees.
North Carolina's blowing out Western Carolina 42-3 at half.
North Carolina
OSU's
has made themselves irrelevant because they kept losing to trash teams.
yeah, and they lost to Notre Dame.
Sam Howell.
See, Notre Dame and Clemson on a collision course to play each other in the ACC championship game. Notre Dame wins again. Clemson's not going to be in.
Notre Dame's not going to lose this
Clemson
1-9
wins,
Syracuse
they're both
today.
going to be in.
No. I mean, Yunis. You means if when they play each other in game, if Notre Dame beats Clemson again, then I don't think Clemson makes it.
Clemson won't make it. They're
No,
not.
they definitely won't.
No, if they lose twice to Notre Dame, if they lose again in the ACC championship game,
They won't make it.
no.
But
If they lose again, then they're out.
if Clemson does win, I think they will.
Yeah. I'm saying if they win and then they split, so
Might
Notre Dame has one loss and Clemson has one loss.
they'll put both.
Yeah, they'll put both. But
From
we're
there,
saying if Notre Dame beats Clemson again, then Clemson's out for sure.
Then the SEC, you got 3 teams right now: Alabama, Texas A&M, and Florida. Any loss for Florida or A&M, they're out. Alabama, they can have one loss. They could probably still make it, even though I hate that fact. But the committee loves the SEC for some reason.
I kind of want Kyle Trask in Florida to make
I
it.
want Alabama to somehow lose to LSU. And then they make it to the SEC championship game. They lose to Florida, and Florida gets in.
I kind of want to see an upset there.
See, if that happens, that'll open up a extra spot in the playoff.
See, because Alabama, they got good, but I want to see the electric Florida offense. I mean, Kyle Trask, he's better than Mac Jones. Kyle Pitts is insane. Jalen Waddle isn't even playing, so that kind of sucks. And Kadarius Toney, absolutely insane. That guy is a monster. Nobody can tackle him. He makes everyone.
Yeah, he's definitely underrated, and he's under the.
Whoever gets him in the draft is getting a steal. Paging Ryan Pace, or whoever the future Bears GM is.
Future GM of both Chicago teams, Arturas.
All right, and then
I feel bad for Miami. They could straight up just go.
They only have
10-1
one loss, right?
Huh?
They only have one loss, right?
Yeah, but they're gonna if they just play UNC next week, and they could go. They'll go 10-1, and they're gonna miss the playoffs.
That game will be good. Wait, okay, let's try creating a doomsday scenario where Miami gets in.
That's not possible.
Alright, no, listen, hear me out. BYU, Cincinnati, Coastal Carolina all lose. Alright, that's easy.
BYU gonna play that, they're gonna lose to.
Notre Dame beats Clemson in the ACC championship game. Texas A&M and Florida get a second loss. Then you have Notre Dame, Alabama in. We'll say Ohio State.
But then you're gonna open stuff up for Northwestern and Indiana. Then.
Dude, no, trust me. A 10-1 Miami will get in over like a 6-1. Okay, then Ohio State beats Northwestern in the playoff.
Okay, there's Northwestern's gone.
Indiana isn't gonna. Indiana, yeah, they only have one loss, but come on.
The committee won't put them in because they don't have Michael Penix.
Yeah,
the committee's not gonna put them in.
That would, that's easy. Okay, then it would be Notre Dame, Alabama, Ohio State, and Miami. See how easy that was.
That's gonna be way too difficult, but okay.
It's possible. That's all we need.
It's a chance. As long as it's possible, anything can happen.
All right. And then the other teams that could possibly make it with help, Northwestern Indiana, but they would need a lot of help. No Pac-12 or Big 12 team is gonna make it.
The committee's not gonna put in a 2-1 Wisconsin right now, no matter what happens.
Or even Oregon. They're not gonna put Oregon.
Oregon lost last week to Oregon State anyway. I would be pissed if they somehow tried to sneak in 2-loss Iowa State just because they're like Big 12 Power 5 conference.
Yeah, I mean, Cincinnati really looks like they got a game canceled. They have one more next week. Number 24 Tulsa. So it looks like they're gonna finish 9.
Honestly, they should literally if enough stuff happens, they should literally have BYU and Cincinnati play for the last spot.
The play-in game?
They should do that if enough stuff happens. I hate how they also are trying to rank Georgia top 6.
JT Daniels.
I don't care, bro. They lost twice. They suck. They're out. Leave it. Leave them behind. You don't need to try and stick them in our faces anymore.
A bowl game started in 3 weeks, right?
Soon. I don't know. They already canceled a few, but none of the big ones, so. Here's a fun thought. They canceled the Sun Bowl. You know who played in the Sun Bowl 4 years ago? North Carolina and Stanford. Do you know who the QB was?
Anyways, on that note, we're gonna...
Alright, yeah, we'll just pretend I didn't say anything. We'll just forget that.
Alright, guys. Nothing happened.
Guys.
Mitchell Trubisky is still the best quarterback from that draft class.
Guys, do not forget, in the college football playoffs, alright? Huge team that can make it. Do not forget. 9-1 Liberty. Alright?
They lost.
Hey, man,
if
they didn't lose, I would be hyped for that too. But, they lost. Unfortunately.
Coastal Carolina. What if Coastal Carolina beats BYU? Do you think they can?
Yeah, I mean...
They need so much help. That's the thing.
But, oh well. Anyways, I think are we ready to wrap it up?
Yes, sir.
Alright, guys. Thank you for joining us on another episode of Watching the Game. I'm your host, signing off. Till next time.
Shalom, gang.